Hey everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks here, giving you guys another Pick 3 video. And I wanted to share with you how I've been tracking some of the states using the triple the triple strategy. However, there's a little twist, and I want to show you some states that we may be having some issues with. I may have some tweaking strategies that I want to share with you, how you may want to look at the rundowns. As you know, when we see the triples, what I've been teaching in the membership is that we want to literally use these if we see triples going down or up, and we would actually use this as a pick 3 list, right? And then we would also use some of the numbers around the verticals, like that 408 or 428, right? Well, what happens when they don't really work out that perfectly? There's a few states, I could not believe it, few states that are showing a particular pattern. So pay attention, even if your state is not on here, make notes, okay? Because this could be another way to look at the patterns when you see the triples, okay? Let's start with the first example, October 9th, midday. We're gonna look at Ohio. They had a hit of 0, 5, 6. Now, if you don't know how to count the rundowns out, they're very simple. You're just going to add each of these numbers down the columns, okay? So, for instance, we would add 3 all the way down the first column. 3 plus 0 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Only use your ones plus your 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Just use your 1. 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 3 is 10. Just use that 0. You know that you did it right because the number you start with, 0, is going to be the number that you end with. And then you would add 1 all the way down the second column and 7 all the way down the third column. Now, what are you going to notice? Okay, you're going to notice that there are vertical triples running down. Sometimes they could be false, right? How do you know the difference? Do we have any newbies on here? Let me know. Make sure that you have your mirror list, okay? So this is a straight triple, okay? And then you have some mirrors over here. You have 5, 0 or 0, 5, okay? So when I'm speaking of mirror numbers, make sure that you guys know what we mean by that. 0 could be a 5 or 5 could be a 0. 1 could be a 6, 6 could be a 1. 2 could be a 7, 7 could be a 2. 3 could be a 8, 8 could be a 3. 4 can be a 9, and a 9 can be a 4, okay? Now, normally, like I said before, I like to use this list with just numbers going across or along the vertical. Sometimes it doesn't happen perfectly like that, right? Well, if you look at the split numbers, either sometimes they'll be doubles, sometimes they'll be mirrors. In this case, they're doubles, right? So I want you guys to make sure you see this. Look at this 8 and 8, okay? You're going to also have its mirror 3 and 3. All right? Now, what I want you to do, literally, these would be breaking up into pairs. You have an 8-1 pair, 1-8 pair, okay? I've been noticing that they like to connect 8-1-2, 8-1-2. I kid you not. They've been doing that. They've been like literally pressing it on that middle number. Now, could they change directions? Maybe 8-1-0 or just stick to 2. It could be. So pay attention to your state. But look at this. 8-1-2, 8-1-2. The hit on October 10th evening, 2-1-8. Look at this, using this area. Bam. So pay attention. So you might have had for an option, okay? Make sure y'all can see all this, I'm sorry. Make sure you have that 8-1-2, however you wanted to write that, right? That could have been an option, 8-1-2. But then maybe you also wanted to do the 3-6-7, okay? Be careful. That's why I'm giving you the mirrors as well. Let's look at another state, Kentucky, on October 6th evening. As you see here, there is doubles on the left side. Now, sometimes that will change the vertical false and the triples into a false. You see that? See, these were mirrors and they were straight, but these were doubles here on the left side, and these became false trips. Okay. So again, I want you to pay attention to what? Your mirrors or your doubles. You see a 9, 4. Let's block those in. You got a 4, 9. Okay. Now again, we're going to just take the middle digit. That's what's looking hot. You may be able to use other numbers. Now this time, they didn't use the 1, 4 pair or the 1, 9 pair, which you probably could do. They actually used the mirrors themselves and came. So they did 9, 2, 4. You see that? 9, 2, 4 was an option. 4, 9, 7. Using that middle digit. 4, 9, 7. Okay. Now the way I like to look at it as well, just in case, I would have pulled that 1, 4, 2 or that 9, 1, 2. You see that? Here I would have did 4, 6, 7. And 6, 9, 7. Okay, so those would be my other options, but here they literally just use the outside numbers and then connected it to the middle digit. Literally, they just left the 1 out. Okay, and this is for another state. Look how similar those patterns are. Okay, let's go ahead to Wisconsin. October 7th evening, the hit was 691. Again, you see the false trips, right? You have that 8, 3, 3, 8, 4, 4, 9. All right, so what are we doing? We're going to look for those split numbers. We have a 1 and a 6. Those are its mirrors, right? Okay, sometimes we love them when they stay doubles like that, right? But sometimes they're going to be mirrors. Okay, and we're going to use the outer. Once again, we're going to go 1, 1, 6, 5, literally. You might even want to do 6, 1, 0. But just in case they want to do something else, you'll have options. You may want to do 6, 9, 0, 9, 1, 0. Up here, you might want it to do 4, 6, 5 or 1, 4, 5. Totally up to you, okay? But if you see that your state is just using the outer, then you just use that. Like Ohio, they may want to use the pair 8, 1, 2, or the 3, 6, 7. If you start noticing they like to do this with the other states, then put those options. That's why I wanted to show you, what the possibilities were. But guess what? That 165 hit at 615 October 10th evening. So that is another way. And this is 3 different states. 3 different states showing you how another way you may want to look at these when you see triples vertically. Okay, I hope this helps, especially some of those straggler states that we may have. Let me know in the comments how you're doing with this, and I'll see you guys on the next video.